the fights with Fulmer and the fight with Basile, I thought there was a good chance it was fixed. And people say to me, "How can you say that, Pete? How can you say it?" Well, I just look at it and I say to my skill level, why should he be losing to a guy that's lesser and smaller than him? But a lot of mine is Basilio told me that he hated Ray. Basilio was on this show. He hated Ray. Besides capping on my singing ability, he capped all over Ray. He said that Ray was a punk and a chump, and he was supposed to fight him a third time, and he wouldn't give him the third fight. This and that. I mean, Carmen Basilio was not a passive guy to have on the radio. In fact, you never knew where he was going.
He became an onion farmer or something like that in retirement.
Yeah, onion farmer. But bottom line is he was hard to deal with on the phone. I sung him happy birthday one time, and he said to me, what did you do with the money? I said, what are you talking about, the money? The money your mother gave her for singing lessons. I mean, the bottom line is, instead of saying thank you, he was, he was a bit of a turd. He was. Hey, and he always, I don't know if who was it he was getting after. It was somebody he was getting after, and we were in Canastota, New York. I can't remember who it was, but it was one of those guys. Oh, Emil Griffith. He had a problem with Emil, and Emil was gay, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, right. Emil was obviously gay, and he's capping on Emil. He didn't need to be doing that. He didn't, but that's Carmen. Carmen was a passhole with an A.
An ornery guy. Look.
Straight up, I'm going to let you go. We haven't had the greatest leads connect. We call it leads or teams or leads, the Skype thing. This hasn't been the greatest connection in the world, but I thank you for your time. Hug the wife, hug the kids. We'll talk real soon, my brother.
Thank you for having me on, brother.
Boxing's greatest PhD Socrates Palmer on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network.
Everyone watches more than 5 hours of television. Really? And that's not counting mobile viewing. Get Dish TV and make that time worth it. With Dish, you can get hundreds of channels, access to all kinds of sports, tons of movies, premium channels, and more. Another thing that's really cool with Dish is you can watch most of your favorite shows on your mobile device anywhere for a lot less than cable. Yes, that's right. We are asking you to watch more TV and not less TV, but make it better television with Dish this time, anytime, anywhere. So call right now and learn how easy it is to save on your television bill and get the most out of your TV viewing experience. Dial that number and I promise you we're here waiting for your call because we want to save you money and give you better television. We are Dish TV.
800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. That's 800-293-0328.
Special alert for consumers struggling to pay taxes. There are new tax regulations not published yet. We have the inside track on your new tax savings. These programs are designed to help struggling taxpayers like you. The COVID relief programs are gone, but there are new programs to help struggling taxpayers, and we have the inside track. Call now and we'll take you through these new programs. These taxpayer savings programs have never been available until now. Get out of tax trouble now. It doesn't take weeks. It can happen in one phone call. Call now and get the inside track to get rid of your tax problems.
Call the tax helpline now. 800-949-0039. 800-949-0039. 800-949-0039. That's 800-949-0039.
Okay, let's have a little fun. Do you use the expensive blue pill to perform better? Are you thinking about it? So what if we can promise you results for less than $1 a pill? Okay, so these same pills can cost you $30 or more at a pharmacy. And our better blue pill works for less than $1 a pill. You'll save $29 or more per pill. And right now, we'll give you 120 blue pills for just $99. Have a little fun and call right now. Get 120 of our better blue pills for just $99. Don't overpay for the other blue pills. Call Steel Man Pills right now and get the better blue pill for less than $1 a pill. Call 1-800-BUY-BLUE, 1-800-BUY-BLUE. It's easy to remember. 1-800-BUY-BLUE. That's 1-800-BUY-BLUE. And thanks for calling.
Now, more of Ring Talk with Pedro Fernandez.
Okay, back to Sugar Ray Robinson, the man born Walker Smith. Of course, I interviewed him in June of 1984 in Las Vegas. But the bottom line is, some of the fights I thought that were very suspicious on his resume, of course, that he lost. He lost to Ralph Jones in 1955. Ralph was 32-12 coming in. Yeah, with 3 draws, not much of a puncher, okay? Then, of course, he lost to Gene Fulmer. When he lost to Gene Fulmer, it was a world middleweight title, of course. Fulmer, of course, the guy from Utah, good fighter, no doubt about that, but I don't think he really could have beat Ray Robinson at his best, right? Of course, he beats Fulmer in the rematch, knocks Fulmer out in the 5th round. Good knockout punch, no doubt about that, one that we will all remember. Of course, then he fights the aforementioned Carmen Basilio, and he loses a split decision to Carmen Basilio the first time around in the 1957 Fight of the Year. Of course, they come back in 1958, which is also in the 1958 Fight of the Year, according to Ring Magazine. Of course, Carmen Basilio loses a split decision to Ray Robinson. Scores where one judge had Carmen Basilio up 69-66. That was the referee. The referee thought that Basilio was in control of the fight and basically won the fight going away, okay? But the 2 other judges, one judge, John Bray, and Franklin Spike Adams, McAdams had it 72-64. John Bray had it 71-64. Bottom line is, that's how Ray Robinson got back the world middleweight title. Of course, he screwed him, wouldn't give him the 3rd fight. Then he lost to a guy by the name of Paul Pender. Come on, he lost again to Paul Pender. The 2 losses to Paul Pender, I sort of can feel that maybe he was at the end of his rope. Of course, then he had the draw with Fulmer. Then he lost again to Fulmer. Bottom line is, in 1961, it was time for him to stick a fork in him. Of course, he fought on, had a few more wins, lost to Denny Moyer in 1962. 1962 again lost to Phil Moyer after losing to Denny Moyer. Then he loses to Terry Downs. Of course, he goes a few more fights and loses one more fight before retiring. I mean, it took a lot of fights for Ray Robinson to quit. Another, like 25, 30 fights. He quit when he fought Joey Archer. Joey Archer came in at 44-1 and left it 45-1. Of course, beat him on a unanimous, not across the board. Scores weren't even close. But the bottom line is, that is Ray Robinson. People think that Ray Robinson was the greatest fighter, pound for pound in the world. I heard Ali say that. I've heard, Mike Tyson. So I've heard all these guys different say that. But yeah, he was great for his time. I mean, pound for pound, he was phenomenal for his time. But, like he told me in 1984 that he said that Ray Charles Leonard, Sugar Ray Leonard, was a faster, harder hitting version of myself. So if that's the case, he's telling me that Ray's a better fighter. And without a doubt, when I look at the 2 films, the 2 guys fighting on film, okay, there's no doubt about it. That Ray Robinson isn't an elite fighter, no doubt about that. When he's an elite fighter, but he's an elite fighter from 50 and 60 and 70 years ago. That doesn't make him an elite fighter today. Do I not think he could beat most of the guys today? Yes, he probably could, but he couldn't beat the special guys. I'm talking about Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, people like that. I think they would light him up like Socrates said a little bit earlier, like the White House Christmas tree. Hour number 2 of Ring Talk Live Worldwide comes up after the Sports Byline News, and sports news, of course, coming to you right here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. So about 12:06 Pacific time, that's 3:06 Eastern time. We come back after news and have another hour of Ring Talk Live Worldwide. Hour number 2 coming up, we'll talk with the B side of boxing. What is that? You'll find out. Straight up, this is Ring Talk Live Worldwide. Hour number 2 coming up on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network and Twitch.tv.